Our first event getting ready. This is the 200 medley relay. This is a junior varsity heat. Pardon me, this is a varsity heat to start off the meet. A varsity heat. Typically we'll have a junior varsity heat followed by the varsity heat, but the medley tonight, only the varsity. So we have 3 Jefferson relays and 2 Cooper Hawk relays. Jefferson will be swimming lanes 1 through 4. The Cooper Hawks will be in lanes 5 through 8. Lane 1 at the top of your screen. And the 200 medley relay is in the water. Leading off for the Jaguars in the middle of the pool, that's Lucas Backus. Right above him is Calvin Wynn and Ben Patton at the top of the screen. For Cooper, Ethan DeGroot and Vincent Ferrero. Breaststroke leg about getting ready. This is Ethan Blair, one of the senior captains, about to dive in second here on this 200 medley relay. Jefferson right now comfortable first. Their second relay battling for second. That's Ben Lodwick and Isaac Bickler from Cooper. Jaguars looking for their first victory of this 2020-21 season as they're 0-3 losses against St. Louis Park, Benilde, and Waconia. Cooper Hawks also winless on the season. Ethan finishing up his leg. Ash diving in for the Jaguars. And now Jefferson's second relay, Brendan Lucas diving in. Jefferson looking to take first and second and send a big statement, trying to get off the schneid here this season with their first victory as they're ended 1-2 this 200 medley relay. Relays are scored 8 points for first, 4 for second, and 2 for third. Can't score more than 2 relays in any relay event. Anchoring now for the Jaguars, Mason Hobbs diving in, and Ian Rejda in lane number 3 diving in. Right now, Cooper splitting Jefferson's relays as Rowan Tierney, awesome butterfly, Logan Voigt in the water, and he looks like he's going to establish a solid second for Cooper, but Jefferson's medley will win this as Mason Hobbs touches at a time of 1:59.93. Jefferson with the third place finish. Ian Rejda finishing up their second relay. So Jefferson with a first and third place finish here. That will give them 10 points, and they will jump to a 10-4 lead after the first event here tonight. Your Jaguars, led by their head coach, Nate Linscheid, like I said, coming off 3 dual meet losses to start the season. They've been led by a few section finalist returnees from last year. Gavin Meyer, Aiden Shermack, and Ethan Clare all have produced numerous second-place finishes in their first 3 meets here this season. Junior Preston Lee also leading the way for Jefferson this year. He has the only individual win in the 100 backstroke against Waconia. And a couple of sophomores on the rise. Jaden Sealing showed up at the St. Louis Park meet, rose to the occasion with a second-place finish in the 50. And Colin Hester with 2 second-place finishes this season. That group will try to bring home their first dual meet victory here tonight against Cooper. Our next event is the junior varsity 200-yard freestyle. 2 swimmers in the water for this one, both Jefferson. Daniel Drake will be in the middle of the pool in lane number 4, and Derek Chang in lane number 3 right above Daniel. Cooper Hawks, as I said, coming also into tonight with no wins. They've had 2 losses, losing to St. Louis Park and Kennedy. They're led by their head coach, Luke Johnson, here tonight. Both these teams looking to get themselves out of the cellar here in the Metro West Conference. Hawks are led this year by a couple of section finalists themselves from last year, Rowan Tierney and Ethan DeGroot, along with a couple on the rise, Isaac Bickler and Logan Voigt. We saw all 4 of those boys in that 200 medley relay for the Cooper Hawks. Rowan Tierney 10th place last year. Cooper out of the Section 5 AA. He took 10th in that section in the 100 butterfly. Ethan DeGroot took 16th in the 100 freestyle out of Section 5 AA. 200 free in the water. This is the junior varsity portion. Daniel Drake with an early lead at the 50 mark over his teammate, Derek Chang. Coming up in the varsity heat of the 200 foul, 4 Jaguars swimming the 200 free. Preston Lee, Colin Hester, Jacob Strobel, and Adam Engeldinger will round out the field for the Jaguars coming up in the varsity heat. Cooper with 1 swimmer in the varsity heat, Andrew Haig in lane number 5. But right now, halfway through the junior varsity 200 free, Daniel Drake spreading out his lead, almost to a half a length lead over his teammate Derek Chang. Daniel's best time this season, 2:36.16. We'll see if he can better that here in this 200 free this evening. As it will be all winter season, limited spectators in the stands tonight due to the COVID-19 restrictions. However, we are here at BEC-TV bringing you Jefferson High School swimming for all the fans and families back home. Sit back and enjoy some high school swimming on this frigid February night. Daniel Drake flipping onto his last turn, his last length here, the 200 free. As I mentioned, his best time is 2:36.16 this season. See if he can better that here, as he is undoubtedly going to win here this junior varsity 200 free as he comes into the wall. The time at 2:33.75. About a 2.5 second drop for Daniel. Very nicely done. Derek Chang will finish things up for the Jaguars, and we'll move to the varsity heat. Once again, 4 Jaguars in this event. In the middle of the pool in lane number 4, that's Preston Lee. Lane number 3, right above him, Colin Hester. Jacob Strobel in lane number 2, and at the top of your screen, Adam Engeldinger. And the varsity 200 freestyle. In the water. Lee and Hester, early leads here at the first length. Andrew Haig falling back for Cooper as Jefferson looking to dominate here the first 2 events. Lee and Hester pulling away from the field. Strobel and Engeldinger battling for third. Remember, you cannot score more than 3 swimmers in an individual event. The scoring goes 6 points for first, 4 for second, 3 for third, 2 for fourth, and 1 for fifth. Halfway point of the 200 free as Preston Lee is his lead now on Hester. Both have not swam this event yet this season. This is the first time both have swam the 200 freestyle. Strobel and Engeldinger battling for third. That's the only race in the pool right now as Preston Lee stretching his lead almost to a half a length now over Hester as he goes into his last 50. Preston Lee is going to win this thing wire to wire as he has no competition going into the last length as he kicks it home here. Hester all by himself in second. Right now, Dinger has taken about a half a body length lead on Strobel. Andrew Haig from Cooper, a distant fifth right now, as Preston Lee finishes with a 157.61. He's your winner. Hester in second. And Engeldinger will end up third. So there's your 3-point getters for Jefferson. As Haig from Cooper will finish up. He'll grab 3 points for Cooper here and take fourth. So Jefferson with a 13-3 victory here in the 200 freestyle will stretch their early lead 23-7 through the first two events. Our next event is the 200 individual medley. This is butterfly, backstroke, breaststroke, and freestyle, 2 lengths of each stroke in that order. We will have a junior varsity heat filled with Jaguars from top to bottom. You're going to have Aiden Moody in lane 1, Ben Patton in 2, Miles Bassett in lane 3, and Sam Olson, 7th grader, in lane 4. And the junior varsity 200 individual medley is in the water. Remember, tonight at the conclusion of tonight's meet, I'll be naming the Jaguar swimmer of the meet. We've had the honor of naming 2 so far this season, as Preston Lee won that Jaguar swimmer of the meet in the Benilde St. Margaret meet, and Jaden Sealing at the St. Louis Park meet. Butterfly leg done. And in lane 1, our early leader, Aiden Moody, sophomore. Second and third going to Ben Patton and Sam Olson. Miles Bassett a distant 4th right now, but we know Miles is a breaststroker. We may see him yet here in this event. Halfway through this junior varsity 200 individual medley. Coming up in the varsity heat, we have 4 Jaguars, two Hawks. Ethan Clare will lead things here in this 200 individual medley next event. In the varsity, Ben Lodwick and Ian Rash and Calvin Wynn will round out the field for Jefferson. But right now, lane 1, Aiden Moody has led this from the start, and he does not look like he's going to come back to the field as he approaches the freestyle 2 lengths of this 200 individual medley. One length to go here for Aiden Moody. Led this from the start. He's going to win this thing wire to wire. Cooper Hawks in the varsity heat will have Ethan DeGroot and Isaac Bickler. Both of them 2 of Cooper's better swimmers coming up here in the individual medley as they'll be chasing down Ethan Clare. Second place going to Ben Patton, and third going to Sam Olson, and Miles Bassett will round out the field here in the junior varsity 200 individual medley.
Event number 6,
Once again, sending huge statement off the bat with a 23-7 lead going into this event. And the varsity 200M is in the water. Ethan Clare, as expected, with about a half a body length lead on the field. After the first length, Ethan, a number of second place finishes this season, has yet to get that first place finish in a dual meet. We'll see if he can pull it off here tonight with an early lead. Preston Lee with the win in the 200 free remains the only Jefferson swimmer to win an event this season in an individual event. He now has two, one in the 100 back and tonight's 200 free, and Ethan Clare trying to join Preston as individual winners here this season as his backstroke leg, as he's extended his lead over his own teammate Ben Lodwick, and we're going into Ethan's best stroke, the breaststroke. Ethan, a section finalist in breaststroke last year for Jefferson in Section 2AA. Nobody in this pool is going to catch him on these two lengths as he extends his lead and looks pretty comfortable to taking his first victory this season. Lodwick right now in second. Cooper now battling for third. That's Ethan DeGroot in lane number 5, as he has a slight edge over Ian Rash. Last two lengths as Ethan Clare has moved away from the field, and he is going to capture a victory here in the 200 individual medley, his first in his senior year campaign with the Jaguars. Lodwick a comfortable second right now, and DeGroot from Cooper has pulled away. So he'll be sitting third as Ethan Clare touches with a 2:19.27. That's his best time of the season. Fantastic. And Ben Lodwick with a time of 2:28.65, his best time of the season. So Jefferson with a first, second, and fourth, as Ian Rash will round out the scoring in fourth place. Jefferson will win the event 12-4, as Isaac Bickler will score the fifth place for Cooper. That'll extend Jefferson's lead here to 35-11 as we approach the 50 freestyle. This is our sprint event of the evening. We'll have a junior varsity heat, 2 Jaguars and 2 Hawks. In lane 4 for the Jaguars, senior Hunter Willett. In lane number 3 at the top of your screen, Brendan Lucas, only an 8th grader. For Cooper Hawks, we'll have Elliot Voigt and Vincent Ferrero. Voigt in lane 5, Ferrero in lane 6 at the bottom of your screen. Lucas and Willett in the water for this JV 50, and right off the bat, the youngster at the top of the screen, Brendan Lucas, is out extremely fast as he gets about a body length lead off his teammate Willett, and he is going to blow doors on this heat right from the start. Great swim by Brendan Lucas, the 8th grader, coming in at a time of 26.91. Fantastic swim. Willett will take second, and the 2 Cooper Hawks will battle for third. as Elliott Voigt will end up third. Vincent Ferrero will end up fourth. Great swim by Brendan Lucas. Took control of the race right from the start. Never looked back. Up is the varsity heat of the 50 freestyle for the Jaguars. We got a full heat. Shermack, Aiden Shermack in lane 4, Sealing in lane 3, Lucas Backus in 2, and Mason Hobbs in lane number 1. Cooper with Logan Voigt, Taylor Meyer, and Brady Enger in lane 7 at the bottom of your screen. Right off the bat, it's Aiden Shermack and Jaden Sealing trying to go out with him as Jefferson looking to try to take first and second. Logan Voigt trying to battle Sealing, but it's going to be too much for Jaden. As Aiden Shermack will touch, Sealing will take second. Third will go to Cooper. Fourth place in lane number 2. That's Lucas Backus. 23:13 is your winning time in the middle of the pool by Aiden Shermack. That's his best this season. So Jefferson once again dominating the individual event here, 12-4. So that will put, unofficially, we have Jefferson at 47, Cooper at 15. If they've behind 3 victories to start the season, they've had 1 individual victory in their first 3 meets. And tonight, Jefferson with 3 victories to start the meet, with Preston Lee, Ethan Clare, and Aiden Shermack completing the sweep of first place finishes in the first half of this meet. We got the back half of this Jefferson High School boys swimming dual meet right around the corner. Stay tuned to BEC-TV, and we'll show you that back half. Once again, 47-15 lead for Jefferson. And we are back here at Olson Middle School, where we have the Jefferson High School boys high school swimming and diving team absolutely looking to get out of the cellar of the Metro West here against Cooper. They have sent a huge message here in the first half. With a 47-15 lead in this next event, it's not going to change too much of what we saw in the first half as we move into the varsity heat of the 100 butterfly. 3 Jaguars and no Cooper Hawks here in this varsity heat. So Jefferson, without any disqualifications, looked to win this event 13-0. In the water is Preston Lee, already a winner in the 200 free earlier tonight. He's in lane 4, your early leader, Jaden Sealing, second place finisher in the 50 freestyle in the middle of our Jaguars in lane number 3. And at the top of the screen, Ian Rash, halfway through this 100 butterfly, and Preston Lee looking to be a double winner here tonight. A body length lead on his teammate, Jaden Sealing. We've mentioned in earlier broadcast, Preston coming back from shoulder injuries, did not swim in his sophomore campaign last year, is back for a year, as he is a double winner here tonight as he finishes up the 100 butterfly with a time of 59.14. Jaden Sealing will second place at 104.41. That's his best time by a good 4 seconds for this season. And Ian Rash will round out the field. So Jefferson, barring any disqualifications, just won that event 13-0, as that will extend their lead to 60-15. As Jefferson trying to scratch their way out of the cellar of the Metro West, and they are well on their way here with a 45-point lead going into the 100 free. This event is the junior varsity 100 freestyle. In the water, Hunter Willett in lane number 3 and Ian Rejda in lane number 4. Ian, an 8th grader, Hunter, a senior. As Ian with about a half a body length lead at the halfway point. No diving. Jefferson with no divers this year, so when you host the meet, if you have no divers, there will be no diving. So no diving tonight to score. So the score unofficially will remain 60-15 going into this 100 freestyle. Ian Rejda finishing things up here in the 100 freestyle. And he is going to win the junior varsity heat with a time of 1:02.36. Hunter Willett will finish things up for the Jaguars as we'll move to the varsity heat of the 100 free. Jefferson will have 3 swimmers in the varsity heat. Lane number 4, middle of the lead in Shermack. Lane number 3, Mason Hobbs and Jacob Strobel rounding out the field in lane number 2 at the top of your screen. For the Cooper Hawks, Ethan DeGroot, Taylor Meyer, and Andrew Haig. Ethan DeGroot for Cooper took 16th in this event in the 100 freestyle in Section 5 AA. Right now, right off the bat, Aiden Shermack absolutely destroying this heat on the first length as he extends his lead, taking all hope away from the rest of the heat as Aiden goes to the halfway point, and he is ending his lead here on the third length. He's not going to look back. Right now the battle is for second. Mason Hobbs and Ethan DeGroot will battle for second, as Aiden Shermack will win his second event here tonight and be a double winner. Second place right now, Mason Hobbs with a slight lead over as Shermack touches with a 52.65. And Mason Hobbs coming in at the finish. It's going to go down to the touch, and DeGroot from Cooper touches him out with a 59.46. 6, 2/100ths of a second difference between Hobbs and DeGroot. Fourth place with Jefferson and Jacob Strobel at the top of the screen. So Jefferson with a first and a third and a fourth. That will win the event for Jefferson 11-5. That will expand their lead to 71-20 after the 100 freestyle. In the water is the 500-yard freestyle, our quote distance event of high school swimming. 20 lengths of the pool in the water for the Jaguars. No Cooper Hawks here in the JV portion. Sam Olson in lane number 4 and Daniel Drake in lane number 3. Jefferson making no doubt here tonight in every single event what their purpose was, is to get out of the cellar of this Metro West Conference, and they're leaving absolutely no doubt about doing that here tonight. 2 double winners tonight in Preston Lee and Aiden Shermack. Ethan Clare with a victory in the 200 IM, and they have taken first place in every single event here tonight. Cooper coming into tonight also winless. It really looks like they're either have swimmers out or they are just low in numbers. They have yet to be able to fill out all of the events with varsity swimmers. Approaching length number 6 right now, this 500 free, as Daniel Drake has established a commanding lead here on the JV portion. Neither one of these swimmers have swam this event this season for the Jaguars. Coming up in the varsity heat, we're going to have Blair looking for his double winner for this evening. Colin Hester and Adam Engeldinger will round out the field. No Cooper Hawks in the varsity 500 free. Daniel Drake extending his lead here in the JV 100 freestyle, as he is 1 length away from cutting this 500 in half at the 250 mark. See, each swimmer has counters in the water to keep track of what length they're on. Those numbers will be flipped upside down or shaken if they need to be picking up pace, and that message will be coming straight from the coaches. Something you don't want to see when you swim the 500. Daniel Drake looking like he is not going to relent this lead at this point. Three varsity swimmers in the 500 free. None of them have swam this event this season. So 5 brand new 500 freestylers here tonight for Jefferson. After this 500 free, we'll be closing in on the last 4 events. We'll have 2 relays to finish up tonight. The 200 freestyle relay and the 400 freestyle relay. 400 will conclude tonight's festivities here from Olson Middle School. We'll also have 2 individual events left in the 100 backstroke and the 100 breaststroke. Five lengths to go for Daniel Drake, as he has taken this lead at about length 6 and has just expanded it ever since. As he approaches the last 100 yards of this 500. Get the bell length here for Daniel now, as the bell will indicate he's got 2 lengths to go for our leader. Getting the card that they are looking for, that double orange. Telling them they got 1 length to go here in this 500. Always a welcome sight at the end of the 5. That's Daniel Drake at the touch. Oh, narrowly missed breaking 7 minutes. He didn't register up on the clock. He used about 7:01. Including the JV 500. 7th and 8th grader will see those boys for another 4 or 5 years here at Olson Middle School. As we mentioned, we have Ethan Clare now in lane number 4. He will be your favorite here over his 2 teammates. Colin Hester will be in the middle in lane number 3. And Adam Engeldinger at the top of your screen in lane number 2. Ethan, a senior captain this year. Hester and Engeldinger both sophomores. Hester going out with Claire. We'll see if he can maintain that pace with Ethan. It's not so much what you can do on the first 8 lengths of the 500. It's about putting yourself in a position to be able to close with 8 lengths to go and still have the aerobic capacity and strength to be able to pull it off in the last 8 lengths. Don't want to spend your whole energy here on the first half, and we'll see if Colin is doing that to stay up with Ethan and see if he fades here in the back half, or if he's going to stick right with Ethan. Both of them look relaxed as they approach the 100-yard mark. Claire with a slight lead at the 100-yard mark. clock is a little off, so we're not going to be able to get official times here. As Ethan Clare has extended his lead now to about a body length over Hester. And is really beating Colin off the turns. He beat him there, extended his lead a little bit. Engeldinger now a distant third. As they approach the 200-yard mark. Ethan Clare looking to be a double winner here tonight. Won the 200 individual medley earlier this evening. He'll join Aiden Shermack and Preston Lee as double winners with the victory here. He's splitting a 34-4. Colin Hester at a 35-2. So Ethan extending his lead on Colin by about 0.8 of a second on that last 2 lengths. Halfway point. 34.9 split, about a half second slower that time for Ethan. 35.3 for Colin, about the same, but still Ethan Clare a 4/10 push on Colin on that last 50. Colin will have to start popping low 34s here to be able to catch Ethan as they both approach the 300-yard mark. Clare at 35.2, a little bit slower now, and Colin Hester at a 35.2, so there was no gain there by Ethan, the first 50 that he has not extended his lead. Seven lengths to go for these two. If Hester's going to make a move, it's got to happen now. Engeldinger now approaching the wall with 7 lengths to go, is a distant third. Ethan Clare back under 35 at a 34.9 on that 50, and Hester at a 35.4. So Colin not able to pick up his tempo, not able to close on Ethan with 5 lengths to go. Ethan coming into the wall, 34.8, about a 1/10 faster there, and Colin coming in at a 35.0. So both of them picking up their paces, but it does not look like Ethan Clare is going to lose this lead to his teammate. 3 lengths to go as he's going to get the bell lap here with 2 lengths to go. A whole lot of real estate out there for Colin to close up in only 2 lengths. Ethan touches at a 34.4 on that 50, a 34.3, fantastic 50 for Colin Hester, but it might be too little too late, as that's the first 50 that he's actually closed on Ethan, but only a 1/10 of a second. Last length, and Ethan Clare pulled away at about the 100-yard mark and has really just maintained his lead. Colin Hester closing it here at the finish. Going to make this race look a little bit closer than it really was, as Ethan Clare will finish with a first place finish. Great last 50 by Colin Hester. Maybe a little bit too much left with a 31.8 on that last 50. Ethan coming in at 33.6. Times did not come up on the board. There was something a little bit wrong with the timing system there on that one. So we won't be able to get final times there. As Adam Engeldinger will finish up for Jefferson, and Jefferson will win the event 13-0. that will put the score at 84-20 now. At this point of the meet, Jefferson could be swimming what they call exhibition from here on out, which means their 84 will stay 84 for the rest of the meet and just swim exhibition and allow all of the Cooper swimmers to score the rest of the points. I would compare it to a basketball game and taking out your starters. That's the best way to compare it. It's calling off the dogs a little bit on the final score because this has been decided with 84-20 score with a 64-point lead with 4 events to go. So anything that I say after this is unofficial. Next up, this is the second of 3 relays here tonight, the 200 freestyle relay. This is our sprint free relay of the evening. This is only the varsity heat, no junior varsity. Cooper will have a relay in lane number 5. Ethan DeGroot leading things off, but Jefferson basically leading off with their 4 fastest sprinters here. Aiden Shermack leading things off, Jaden Sealing, Preston Lee, and Colin Hester. As Shermack, as he did earlier in this meet, destroying the heat in the 50 freestyle. Very fast start by Jaden Sealing. We'll see if that ends up being too early, but fantastic start. Great swim by Aiden with a 22.04. Fantastic lead off. Preston Lee will go third as Jefferson blowing out every relay in the water. Cooper will take second as Logan Boyd touches it with his second leg. Isaac Victor in the water for their number 1 relay. Preston Lee finishing up. Anchor leg will be Colin Hester, who just got out of the 500 freestyle, but he's got plenty of cushion. Andrew Haig will dive in for the Hawks. So Jefferson will win this relay. Cooper will end up second. .34.94 is your winning relay. And Cooper will take second and grab the 4 points. So unofficially, if they are continuing to keep the score going, we have Jefferson at 94 and Cooper at 24 after the 200 free relay. 3 double winners here tonight. Aiden Shermack, Preston Lee, Ethan Clare. The leaders coming into this meet are the leaders coming out of this meet. Next up will be the junior varsity 100 backstroke. It's our second to last individual event here this evening. We've got 3 events left, with 2 individual events and a 400 freestyle relay to conclude tonight's competition. An official walking over to the official score. There might have been a disqualification there. I'm going to guess on Jaden Sealing's start. Looked like he went a bit early, or it was a dead-on start for Jaden. Either way. And I see the official talking now to the Jefferson head coach. So a distinct possibility, and if that's true, then Cooper would end up winning the relay 8-6. But it's all academic at this point. This is the victory of this, or I should say the win is in the bag for the Jaguars here tonight with the lead that they had. In the water, this is the junior varsity 100 backstroke in lane number 4, Ben Patton and Derek Chang. for the Jaguars in lane number 3. Four lengths of the pool as Ben Patton has established a big lead here at the halfway point. Coming up in the varsity heat of the 100 backstroke, Jefferson will have 3 backstrokers: Lucas Backus, Brendan Lucas, and Calvin Wynn. For Cooper, Brady Enger and Vincent Ferrero will be swimming in lanes 5 and 6 respectively. Ben Patton, your winner here in the junior varsity 100 back, as he will touch with a time of 1:17.19. That's Ben's best time this season by 9 seconds. Fantastic job by Ben. And rounding out the field, Derek Chang finishing up his 100 backstroke. We'll move to the varsity heat now. Backus, Lucas, Wynn for the Jaguars. Backus in the middle of the pool in lane number 4. Enger and Ferrero for Cooper. The varsity 100 backstroke is in the water. Lucas Backus with the early lead. The 3 Jefferson backstrokers trying to distance themselves from the Cooper Hawks. Backus with the early lead. Calvin Wynn and Brendan Lucas battling for second. Lucas looking for his first dual meet victory of the season in an individual event, as Jefferson continues to sweep the first places here tonight. And Backus now stretching his lead. Looks like he is going to win this event. Brendan Lucas and Calvin Wynn battling for second, as Backus will touch with a time of 1:06.92. Second place will go to Calvin Wynn. Third going to Brendan Lucas. So Jefferson will end up winning the event 13-3. Fourth place for the Cooper Hawks, Brady Enger and Vincent Ferrero will round out the scoring. No junior varsity here in this next event. This is the varsity 100 breaststroke. This is our last individual event of the 4 Jaguars about to dive in. Ben Lodwick in lane number 4, Aiden Moody in lane number 3, Miles Bassett in lane 2, and at the top of the screen, Ian Redstone. For the Cooper Hawks, Isaac Bickler in lane number 5, and Elliot Boyd in lane number 6. Bickler and Voigt both taking second place finishes. Bickler in the backstroke and Voigt in the 53 in previous duels. We'll see if they can squeeze some points out here for the Hawks. But your leader right now Ben Lodwig looking to join the slew of first place finishes here tonight for the Jaguars. Halfway through, Lodwig pulling away from the field. Second place right now at the top of your screen, that's in lane number 1. That's Ian Rejda, only an 8th grader, as he has got a slight edge over his teammate Aiden Moody. Isaac Bickler about a half a body length back from the Jaguars, battling for second and third. He looks like he's going to fade back to 4. But your winner in the middle of the pool, Ben Lodwig, 1:17.79. That's his best time of the season by about 0.8 of a second. Second place going to Ian Rejda in lane number 1, and Aiden Moody in lane number 3 taking third. 4th and 5th will go to Cooper. And 5th place will go to Elliot Voigt, simply just because Jefferson cannot score 4 swimmers. So we move to our last event of the evening. This is the 400 freestyle relay. We will have a junior varsity heat. Junior varsity heat will have 2 Jefferson relays. In lane number 4, leading off Jacob Strope. Going second, Daniel Drake. Third, Aiden Moody, and Derek Chang will anchor that relay. In lane number 3, Brendan Lucas will lead things off, with Calvin Nguyen, Miles Bassett, and Ben Padden anchoring. So Strobel, a freshman, Brendan Lucas, an 8th grader. We saw Brendan Lucas with a fantastic 50 freestyle in the junior varsity heat earlier this week. And the junior varsity heat of the 400 freestyle relay is in the water. Strobel, we saw him swim on the varsity 200 freestyle earlier. Jacob with a strong push off, gives him about a half a body length off that turn. A much needed victory here tonight for the Jaguars, as they came in tonight with 3 consecutive losses to start the season. So this has got to feel good for the Jefferson boys. And it'll be up to this 400 freestyle relay to see if they can sweep the first places in every event here tonight. And Jefferson will have the guns in order to do it, with Shermack, Sealing, Hester, and Preston Lee as members of this 400 freestyle relay coming up on the varsity portion. So Strobel getting their A relay here on the JV portion, a nice 2 body length cushion as Daniel Drake dives in. And Calvin Nguyen now closing the gap on Drake. As the second relay now for Jefferson closing the gap. And they're almost going to come out even with 2 lengths to go on the second leg. Calvin Nguyen has had a very good night, and he is finishing up his evening with a fantastic leg here on the 400 free relay, as he's almost pulled even with Daniel Drake. Who's got the kick here in the last 12.5 yards? And Calvin Nguyen looks like he does, as the B relay now has overtaken the A relay, as Miles Bassett dives in for the B relay in lane number 3, Aiden Moody in lane number 4. Moody now with about a body length lead as he's moved on Bassett. As they have 2 more lengths to go here on this 3rd leg. Chang and Patton will anchor these 2 relays. Moody has put the A relay back out in front and has extended the lead. Derek Chang will be diving in here for the A relay in lane number 4. Ben Patton about to dive in for the B relay. Patton a freshman, Derek Chang a sophomore. Patton closing the gap here on Derek Chang on this last leg of the 400 freestyle relay. We could have a race here on the back 50. As Ben Patton has closed a lot of real estate here on his first 2 lengths. We'll see if he still has enough to be able to close it. And he's still closing gap over Derek Chang. It looks like he's overtaken him here with 1 length to go. So a fantastic anchor leg here by Ben Patton, lane number 3. As he has now established about a body length lead. Derek Chang trying to battle back as his kick has come alive here on the last length. But Patton, with a great anchor leg for the B relay, will end up winning that for the B relay. With a time of 4:36.05. Great swim by Ben. Our last event and last heat is about to begin here. Jefferson has 2 relays here entered into the 400 free relay. Cooper will have 1 relay entered. Logan Voigt will lead things off for Cooper. Going second will be Taylor Meyer. Third, Andrew Haig, and Brady Enger will anchor the Cooper relay in lane number 5. For the Jaguars, we have Sherman. Kepler and Lee in lane number 4. Backus in lane 3. Enkeldinger, Mason Hobbs, and Ethan Clare anchoring the B relay. As he has done all night long, Aiden Sherman, class of the field, not making this a race right from the start. 2 lengths to go for Aiden, and he's out to 24.7. Aiden Shermack showcasing his talents here tonight. 2 individual victories and 2 relay victories for Aiden here tonight. Joining the rest of the crew, as Jefferson has not relented all night long, as they are well on their way of sweeping all of the events here tonight with first place finishes. This is a team that came into tonight with only 1 first place victory all season long. Jaden Sealing now stretching the lead for the Jaguars. Second place is a battle with Jefferson's second relay. Engeldinger and Meyer battling for second. Jaden Sealing, though, swimmer on the rise here for the Jaguars. We saw him pop up against the St. Louis Park team. A fantastic 50 freestyle. Starting to get noticed on this team as one of their top swimmers. Colin Hester getting ready now as the 2 sophomores in the middle of this 400 freestyle relay. Jefferson's second relay now holding on to about a half a body length lead as Engeldinger now closing very well on the last length for him, and he's extended Jefferson's B relay lead. Mason Hobbs dives in for the second relay for Jefferson. Andrew Haig will dive in for the Hawks. just not enough bodies here tonight for Cooper, as they will remain winless here in this 2020-21 season, as their record will go to 0-3. Jefferson will improve to 1-3, as a date with their crosstown rivals is around the corner, as they'll be facing the Kennedy Eagles in no time. Diving in, Preston Lee to anchor this 400 freestyle relay. This relay is going to grow. We've got 3 sophomores on this relay and a junior. This relay next year is going to be dynamite. You give Preston Lee another year of just getting back into the sport. Continue to watch Aiden Shermack continue his talents, and watching Jaden Sealy and Colin Hester, watch them improve over the next year as they're starting to emerge in the sport as sophomores. As Preston Lee will finish up the 400 freestyle relay. Time of 3:36.11 for the Jags. For that A relay, never in doubt. Jefferson's second relay, Ethan Clare will round things off here for Jefferson's scoring here tonight. As Ethan Clare will finish up. Hawks will finish up here with Brady Anger, and he touches for a third place finish. Could be a disqualification there, as Brady had some difficulty with his last turn. But tonight this has been Jefferson from start to finish, double winners across the board almost, as Preston Lee, Aiden Shermack, Ethan Clare, all double winners here tonight for the Jaguars. Tough to pick a swimmer of the meet here for the Jaguars, but we're going to go with Aiden Shermack. 2 very impressive individual events here tonight, and leading off both the relays that he swam. Aiden with his first 2 victories of the season. He's had multiple second place finishes against tougher competition, but tonight showed his talents and showed what he is, what his role here is with the Jaguars. Very young team in Jefferson coming up, and they look better and better as the season goes, as they improve to 1-3 in the Metro West Conference. Waiting for a final score because they want to see where they did swim exhibition if they did. Jefferson has the Kennedy Eagles, a big showdown with the Eagles coming up within the next week, and that's going to determine a lot to the Metro West Conference, as the Kennedy Eagles have impressed also this season in certain meets. That meet is not going to be easy for either one of the teams. It should be an exciting night when these 2 crosstown rivals meet. I have the score tonight. We continue to wait for the announcement here, but let's see, the announcement's about to get ready here, so we'll see if I'm right. I have the score at Jefferson 132 and the Cooper Hawks at 30. But there could very well, officials are talking down there right now, comparing scores. I think there's been at least 1 or 2 disqualifications here tonight that have changed the scoring and may have swam exhibition as the meet grew on. It looks like they're nowhere near coming to a decision down there, but tonight, the important part here tonight is your Jefferson Jaguars with their first full meet victory here tonight against the Cooper Hawks. I'm Jeff Lee. You've been watching BEC-TV live here from Olson Middle School. Once again, Jefferson Offsha Schneid goes to 1-3 in the Metro West Conference. Stay tuned for more Jefferson High School boys swimming this winter, including the crosstown rival coming up, Kennedy Eagles. Have a great night.